Let's take a closer look at the daily operations of the LVTS. The system is operational from 11 p.m. on day 1 until 7:30 p.m. on day 2. There are 4 distinct cycle states, or periods, within an LVTS cycle. From 11 p.m. on day 1 to 12:30 a.m. on day 2, the cycle state is initialization. Within this cycle state, participants who are involved in CLS-related payment processing for foreign exchange trades get ready to become active in LVTS. They pledge the required amount of collateral and confirm how much will be assigned to tranche 1 at the beginning of the cycle, a process known as apportionment. LVTS automatically assigns tranche 2 collateral based on the bilateral limits the participant has established and confirmed for that cycle. The Bank of Canada provides valuation for the collateral, and LVTS tells the participant whether they have sufficient collateral value to meet their minimum requirements. At 12:30 a.m., the CPA changes the cycle state from initialization to open for payments processing. Any participant who has indicated their participation and confirmed their collateral information may now begin to exchange payments. Between 12:30 a.m. and 6 a.m., LVTS is typically used to process CLS-related payments only. Participants can send any type of payments during this time, but will typically wait until around 5 or 6 a.m. before they begin to exchange non-CLS payment messages. FIs that are not involved in CLS-related payment processing become active and complete their collateral arrangements by 7:45 a.m. and must be ready to begin payment processing by 8 a.m. Payment exchange continues until 6 p.m. when the CPA changes the cycle state to pre-settlement. This is the deadline for participants to send customer payments, but participants typically implement an earlier cutoff time of 4:30 or 5 p.m. for their clients to ensure that the payments are qualified and can be released to LVTS prior to 6 p.m. During pre-settlement, participants other than the Bank of Canada attempt to flatten their multilateral net positions by exchanging inter-FI payments, MT205s. Flattening means bringing their net position as close to zero as possible. The FIs will trade in the overnight markets later to cover the amounts they owe each other. Even though they can borrow funds from the Bank of Canada overnight or let the bank hold excess funds on deposit, they will typically find a better rate in the market. At 6:30 p.m., the CPA changes the cycle state to settlement started. No more payments are processed after this point. LVTS is zero-sum, meaning that the sum of all debits and credits in the system must equal 0. The FIs have already begun this process by attempting to flatten their positions during pre-settlement, and the Bank of Canada completes the process by making a single credit or debit entry for each participant on its books. Participants who end up in a negative position at settlement must arrange for a loan from the Bank of Canada to cover the amount. This loan will be paid back the next day through LVTS with interest. Participants in a positive position at settlement must leave the funds on deposit with the Bank of Canada overnight. The Bank of Canada will repay the balance with interest at the start of the next LVTS cycle. When the entries have been made for all of the participants, the Bank of Canada advises participants that settlement has been completed, typically around 6:45 p.m.